I can still feel that wine sliding down my cheek, warm, sticky, metallic. But what really stayed with me was a smirk, my sister's tiny little smile. Like she'd been waiting her whole life to see me fall apart. The entire dining room went silent, forks frozen midair, my father's hand still shaking from the throw. And me, sitting there soaked in red, staring at both of them with a calm that even I didn't expect. I didn't yell. I didn't get up. I just wiped my face with the edge of the tablecloth and whispered, "That was your last mistake." They thought I meant the wine. They had no idea. That was a week ago, tonight. I got a text, "Your dad and sister are in big trouble." My reply was simple, "I know." And here's the part no one knows. The part I've kept buried until now. There was a time I truly believed my father's approval wasn't something I had to fight for. That my sister's jealousy wasn't waiting for the right moment to explode. I defended them blindly, stubbornly. When I bought my apartment, Dad called me his ambitious one. My sister said it was just luck, though her smile gave away the bitterness she tried to hide. Still, I tried to be good, a good daughter, a good sister. Those roles never fit me. But I forced myself into them anyway, thinking family meant something solid. I was wrong. It started with my sister showing up unannounced, then staying. One day turned to three to a week, borrowing my clothes, my makeup, my groceries. Just until I get back on my feet, she'd say. She'd been saying that for 3 years. Dad called one night, telling me to be patient, telling me she just needed the right support. That was the moment everything shifted. When my accomplishments shrank while her failures became excuses everyone protected. Then came the suggestion, then the pressure, then the demand. At dinner that night, when Dad told me to hand over my apartment so your sister can finally start her life, something inside me shut down, clean. Final, like a door closing. My no wasn't loud, but it cut through the room, and when Dad threw his wine at me, I didn't see a parent. I saw a man defending his favorite child. The one who never earned anything but always received everything. My sister's smirk confirmed what I already knew. This wasn't sudden. This was planned. They thought they had me trapped. They had no idea I'd already started sharpening my edges. The moment the wine hit my skin, my emotions turned off, cold, controlled. I smiled while the room exploded into chaos. People gasping, hands reaching for napkins, my sister whispering, "You deserve that," under her breath. I didn't argue, I didn't push back. I just memorized every face, every expression, every careless confession. I didn't want revenge, not the dramatic kind. I wanted justice. And justice, I learned, is quiet before it's loud. They wanted my apartment. Interesting. They wanted to bully me into giving in. Fascinating. They assumed I had no leverage. Wrong, completely wrong. So I started small, boundaries disguised as kindness. I told my sister she could stay on a trial basis while I thought about transferring ownership. She believed she'd won. Dad praised my maturity. Meanwhile, I recorded everything, every threat, every insult, every careless slip, my sister bragging about not paying rent, my dad admitting he pressured me financially, my sister confessing she'd been using my address to hide from a collections agency. Yes, that little detail. So I called the collections agency myself. Turns out she owed way more than any of us realized. She'd used my address to dodge the notices. They were very interested to know where she was really living now, and that she had assets, meaning my belongings, which she proudly told them were gifts they could legally seize. I filed a formal harassment and coercion complaint, documented, time-stamped, flawless. I didn't exaggerate anything, I didn't need to. Then came the final touch. I made sure Dad's employer received an anonymous report about his behavior, including audio of him justifying financially manipulating his own child. Not illegal, but definitely enough to get HR's attention, enough to trigger an investigation, enough to make him panic. They wanted a war. I handed them paperwork. When the investigators and collectors showed up, same morning, same hour, Dad called me first. His voice was frantic, demanding if I knew anything. I stared at my reflection as I answered. Steady and unbothered. "Yes," I said, "that's all." My sister texted soon after, long paragraphs. All caps, anger turning into begging. She said I ruined her life. "No," I replied, "you did. People think revenge is loud and explosive. It isn't, it's slow. Intentional, precise, surgical.